In there for a walk-in moment, mates. With the new gaming consoles that are out there, you got the Xboxy and the PS, 3 or the PMS 3, and then you got the Wii box and the good systems. But if you try to go back in the day, which it was a long time ago, but not in a galaxy far far away, because George Lucas might listen to this and be like, that Christopher Walken character, he's trying to steal my, Star Wars, thing. But I'm not trying to do that. Basically, let's, take a step back and look pretty much at the big picture here. You look at the Nintendo system. I mean, the NES, it came out like, long time. And the 8-bit graphic with the Mario jumping up and down. But even before, that you had the arcade games and the ColecoVision and the Atari. I mean, Atari was the golden age. You had the nice wood paneling on it and the flicking of the switches and the joystick with the one button. I mean, is that you see the controllers today and it's like a bazillion buttons of oh my god, I have a trigger and how do I stab your character in the face. I mean, with the Atari, it's like bing bang boozle and you beat the game or you get stuck like that ET game was all over the place. It's like you jump down, you fall down, and you're running around. No one even know what the fuck the ET game was. I mean, it's an extraterrestrial, but that's about it. I mean, if you really think about it, had nothing to do with the Steven Spielberg's, idea and concept. I mean, it's like Atari just grabbed we want to make a game, and they made this piece of crap. And I know ET was, pretty pissed. I mean, he came up to me after, a couple of years, being like, that ET game was, bull crap, man. I mean, if they talked to me about that, I'd be like, let's jump in, maybe make it a 3D ET game. But they didn't ask him. But sorry to trail off, but let's get back on topic here about, Battleship was a great game. You sit there and be like, B7, and then, that fucker across from you was like, no, you didn't hit my battleship. But he was spinning his crap around trying to avoid, and as soon as you went to the restroom, he'd like pick over and be like, oh, B, 94. And it's like, there is no B94, fella. If there was, I'd stab you in the face. But I'm not the violent, battleship guy. But if we playing, like Chutes and Ladders or maybe the Operation, I get a little, start craving mad. I'm like, why is God making me go down all these chutes and ladders? I mean, come on. And then another great game is that the Hungry Hungry Hippo, which I was trying to make a movie of, back in the day, and I wanted to play Hippo, purple or maybe Hippo green, but Hasbro didn't go for it. They're like, Walken, we rather make Monopoly a movie, and I'm like, can I play the guy with the mushy stash, the Mr. Moneybag with the monocle? And they're like, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to ask you to leave. And it turns out I wasn't even at a movie studio. I was in Toys R Us trying to make a kid buy, the candy land. And mother thought I was trying to get him into my van. I'm like, look, lady, I don't own a van. I mean, if I owned a van, don't you think it'd be like a crazy walking van, just sitting out there being like, with my picture on it going, and every time I hit the horn, it'd be like, back in the day, crazy walking van. I mean, it could possibly say that, but you never know. Anyway, again, sorry. So we're in the Toys R Us, and I'm looking at the new, the Wii box, and I'm like, why they call it a Wii box anyway? I mean, how many people want to come over and play with Christopher Walken's Wii? I mean, I know a lot of sexy dames out there would like to play with Christopher Walken's Wii, but I ain't talking about the video game system. Though I did buy it for comical, funny stuff, because I'd be like, you want to come over and play with the, the Wii box, and then she'd be like, yeah, I'd like to play with the Wii box, and she comes over, and I put the box of the Wii in front of my Wii. You know what I'm saying? It's just right there. Boom, bang, doodle. I'm like, you have to set it up. Ba-ching, chang. Ha ha. I mean, that's funny stuff right there. So, I was thinking about it. Maybe I should do, maybe the Carrot Top Comedy Hour, where I'd be like, look at me. I got the prop comics. I could be in with the Wii box. That could be my opening act. And then I'd finish with like a Bing Bang Boozle. And, maybe the Randy Newman comes out. He plays a couple of songs for me. And it'd be great stuff. So anyways, I'm sitting here thinking about, how could I get more people over to touch the Wii box, not the actual gaming system, my ping pongs, And then I thought Balls of Fury is a great way to get people over. I'd be like, yeah, the movie Balls of Fury really didn't do too well in the box office, but if you come over to the Walken place, I'll have a free screening of it, and afterwards we can play the Wii box. So, I have all these ideas that's going on. People always ask me, you're not doing too many movies anymore, Walken. What's going on? And I'm like, I'll tell you what's going on. It's Wii box time here in the Walken Mansion. Anyway, don't want to be like off the subject here, but I'll talk about maybe, that Sega Genesis was a great system. I mean, they had the Sonic the Hedgehog, and he was naked, running around with shoes, battling an egg thing or something. I can't really, really talk about that anyways, because they were going to make a movie of the Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was going to be Dr. Robotnik, as they say in the lingo. Anyway, so back to the Mario craziness, man. He jumped over a log and sat on a frog. I mean, what the hell is up with that? This has been another Walk-In moment.